All right, Shalom. All praise and glory and honor goes to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And as always, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Tazaiwan coming with another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And I have a couple articles that I want to get into. The first one I have here is from RT.com. And his headline, U.S. dollar completely ditched in trade between Iran and Iraq. Official. Okay, so we are, right now, as you can see, we're dealing with, basically the prophecy of the coming global collapse. Okay, global economic collapse. All right. It's been hinted at over the years that Iran and Iraq are doing away with the dollar. They've been slowly but surely phasing it out, all right, and using more and more of the local currencies or euro currencies to trade dollar, to trade with the oil, all right. So I'm going to go right into it. It says the U.S. dollar is no longer used by Tehran and Baghdad in bilateral trade, giving way to the euro and local currencies as well as direct barter of goods. Head of the Iran-Iraq Chamber of Commerce, Yahya Ali Assad, has revealed. It says the U.S. dollar has been removed from the list of currencies used by Iran and Iraq in their trade transactions, and they are using Iranian rial, euro, and Iraqi dinar for financial transactions, Ali Assad said on Saturday, as quoted by local media. Okay, so this is the beginning of the end for America. Okay, Iran and Iraq have done away with trading with the dollar. So what that's going to do is that's going to hit home here in America. Prices are going to start going up. Whether it be your local prices at your stores, or whether it be the prices on imports and exports going up. Not only that, you still have to add in the fact that the U.S. and China, are in an economic trade war, all right? And they're both imposing sanctions and tariffs on each other. So we are definitely seeing the death of the dollar, which is going to lead to the global economic collapse, okay? This is the future of this society and this world, okay? Which is prophesied in the scriptures, okay? And I'm going to prove that point. So let's go to the book of Obadiah, the first chapter, and 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right. So, of course, as you can see here, that we're dealing with the so-called white man. Everything that's been hidden, all the things that he's been doing in the earth are being searched out and being exposed by the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai here at Great Millstone. And these different articles and different reports and news reports are coming out mainly to vilify America as it should be. Because the reason that these other nations and these other countries don't want to trade with America anymore and use their dollars because of all these atrocities that America has been committing over the last century or so. Okay, so they're tired of dealing with the so-called white man here in the West. All right, they're tired of sanctions and off deals. Okay. So now they've been exposing Esau. He's been, spying on the different governments and the different world leaders and things like that, committing terrorist acts under false names within the country. So they don't want to deal with America. Okay? So verse 7 says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, and this is the point, Okay, it says the men that were at peace with thee. So all the allies of America, all the different nations and countries that have been using the U.S. dollar. Okay, all right. It says the men that were at peace with thee, meaning that they were at peace with them. So now they're going to be what? Enemies, adversaries. Okay. It says the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, meaning, they basically, pulled America in to think that they're going to continue to use the dollar when slowly but surely they've been phasing it out. Iran and Iraq, for example. It says they have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, meaning that they're done with it. They're done. They're done with America. They've prevailed. They've won, so to speak. They're over America now, okay? And they're over with using America, all right, the U.S. And this is the main point. It says, they that eat thy bread, which is referring to the money system, all right? They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. And what's that wound? That they're not trading with the U.S. dollar anymore, okay? It says there is none understanding in him, okay? And Esau doesn't understand what's going on, but that's going to be the collapse of his global empire. Okay, the Edomite empire is coming to an end. All right, and these countries that's doing away with the dollar, all right, are manifesting it, pursuing the prophecy. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Okay, so let me keep reading. Let me see. I want to get to the point because I'm going to say, let me see. Let me see. Bear with me for a second. I'll just read a little bit of this, but this is the point pretty much in this article. But it says, apart from switching from the U.S. dollar to alternative currencies, Iranian and Iraqi merchants have been engaging in barter operations, according to the official. The banking system, however, still needs improvement, since only a fraction of trade between the two countries actually goes through banks, and that's why they're using bartering, because it's basically through resources. Resolving the banking system problem must be a priority for both Iran and Iraq, as the two countries have at least $8 billion in transactions in the worst times, Ali Assad stated. And by the way, Iran and Iraq were on the list of about 5 to 6 countries starting at around 2000, 2001 that the U.S. said that they were going to invade. And the reason being is because there's not a central bank in Iraq and Iran. But they do trade with the U.S. dollar. That's why in 2011 they killed this guy Saddam Hussein, because he was going to switch the backing of the Iraq dinar in the gold, and the U.S. didn't have that. Okay, and then that's where you get this whole thing with Hillary and her emails and all that was coming, because I believe she was the Secretary of State at the time when Obama was in office, when Saddam Hussein was killed, when Iraq was trying to do away with using the U.S. dollar, or at least backing the dinar by gold, which would overtake the U.S. dollar. Okay, so there's been a long year. It's if you've been following along with the news and this type of information over the years, and you've been filtering it through the scriptures, then you can see where things are definitely coming to a head. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading here. It says Iraq is the second country after China in terms of trade volume with Iran, according to the official. While exports to China are almost exclusively petrochemical products, Baghdad purchases a large variety of Iranian goods, helping to maintain high employment rates, al-Assad explained. So basically, the relationship between the U.S. and these other countries around the world is dwindling. Okay, now I'm gonna go to another article because Iraq and Iran were not the only countries to do away with the U.S. dollar. Okay. Let's see. Now here's the article here. And this is from Press TV. Oh, when it loads up. All right, here we go. Now this is from Press TV, and this is dealing with Turkey. Okay. Now it says Turkey will pursue non-dollar transactions and trade. Erdogan. Now that's the leader of Turkey here now. All right, I'm gonna read some of this. It says Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has lashed out at the United States for behaving like wild wolves, saying Ankara will pursue non-dollar transactions and trade with Russia and other countries. And now you just had it to where I just showed you where Iraq and Iran have totally ditched the dollar between themselves. Okay? And now Turkey's on the same route. So that spells disaster for the U.S., man, coming real soon. All right? It says America behaves like wild wolves. Don't believe them, Erdogan said in an address to a business forum in Bishkek on Sunday during a visit to Kyrgyzstan. Right now, all these are recent articles. These came out Saturday and Sunday. So this is over the weekend, while everybody's getting ready for so-called Labor Day here in America. 2/3 of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Israelites, are losing their minds. All right, cooking out and doing whatever. Some major repercussions to the evils that America has done in the world is manifesting themselves, and these countries are not dealing with the U.S. right now. So that's gonna all that blowback is gonna come back over here to the States, man. All right, and it's mainly going to be this money thing. All right, this banned use of the dollar is going to blow back all the way over here to America. And when things go up and the prices go up and Jake can't get their food stamps, it's going to be a problem, because the whole time, all right, we've been prophesying and telling our people that America's going to go to shit basically soon. The economy is going to crash, and you haven't been preparing yourself mentally and spiritually for what's to happen. So the Lord, Yahweh Bashmin Shad, that's bringing the plagues in the earth, he's not going to protect you and exempt you from that judgment, because you've been messing around. Things are coming to a head now, man. All right. I'm going to keep reading. It says, he added that negotiations were underway between Turkey and Russia are over using national currencies instead of the U.S. dollar in bilateral trade ties. That's the same thing that happened with Iraq and Iran. Okay? The U.S. has imposed punitive economic measures on both Ankara and Moscow. All right? Let me get this precept real quick, because our people are a joke, man. All right? I believe it's in the 9th chapter. Let's see. Right. And this is, let me see. Right, now this is Isaiah the 9th chapter. Start at verse 13. It says, for the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts, which is Yahweh Bashmin Shai. It says, therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. Now when you go into Isaiah the 19th chapter, it talks about that there shall be no work. Okay? Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I'm not going to make this too much longer, but I want to make this point that things are happening in the world and our people don't take heed. Right? So this is Isaiah 19 and 14. It says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. Egypt represents America today. Okay, this prophecy is coming to pass now. As a drunken man staggered in his vomit, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. So no work, no money being made, because the economy is going to crash, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, which is America, and it shall be afraid and feared because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Okay, so that's going to be so that fear of what's going to happen in America soon is going to overtake our people as well. Okay? Isaiah 9:14. Therefore the Lord will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day, because it's not going to be any work soon here. Okay? All these things is happening worldwide, globally, with these sanctions and trade is going to blow back over here. Okay? It says the ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. And then you got these Christian leaders, these religious leaders, and these political leaders. You know, you had that Aretha Franklin, that folly of a Aretha Franklin funeral last week. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna call it folly. To hell with Aretha Franklin. All right. Because it says this is for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Because they weren't teaching you in Israel. Aretha Franklin wasn't singing songs to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. She only died, 2 weeks ago now? She could have easily got on the internet and heard some things about the prophets and been to LA and Vegas and wherever. Prophets are out there, man. The truth is out there. These leaders know. Okay? But the answer, you know what? She sold her soul like the rest of these leaders did anyway. So the hell with that. All right? It says, therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows, for everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly, just like Jake is doing now, man. Okay? On Labor Day. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Yeah, because we're still out here teaching. We're the hand of the Lord. All right, through the Spirit. Okay? The prophets of great millstone are the men of the Lord out there teaching to gather the elect back. All right? Okay? And to also have, so that Israel has no cloak, so 2/3 have no cloak for their sin that they do. Okay? All right? For wickedness burneth as a fire, meaning it spreads. All right, all around America, this wickedness is spreading, this folly and this crap that Jacob's doing is spreading. It says, it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So plagues and destruction is coming to this place, man, to America. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. Even if you get that chip, man, okay, you ain't going to be satisfied in that day, thinking the Americans are going to do something for you. It says, they shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. All right? Because the thing that's coming upon this place, man, is going to be way more than we can speak on or imagine, man. Okay? Trying to trust in this society is not going to help you, because the Lord has slated it for darkness and destruction, because it's wicked. Okay? I'm going to go back to the article, but I did want to make that point to warn Israel and let them know what's going on, man. Okay? Because these things is in prophecy, man, is a part of major events that are going to affect our people. All right? I'm going to read a little bit more of this. It says, America behaves like wild wolves. Don't believe them, Erdogan said in an address to a business forum in Bishkek on Sunday during a visit to Kyrgyzstan. He added that negotiations were underway between Turkey and Russia over using national currencies instead of the US dollar and bilateral trade ties. You know what? That's the point. All right, that's the main point. It's this 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 dollar is through, man. Okay, this dollar is through. Turkey is done with using the dollar. As you can see here from RT, Iraq and Iran is done with using the dollar in trade. So, hey, it's going to eventually be a economic crash and a global crash, and everything's going to change for the worse. But Yahweh Shema Shai says his hand is stretched out still to the elect. Okay? But with that, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Basham Shai, Basham Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. So next time I say, Shalom.